Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Financial Fraud Fridays. Kerrina and I are here, as we are every other Friday, to bring you guys just our conversation and our take on, um, fraud in the news. Fraud in the news. It's just what we like talking about, okay? This is our side note conversation. We figured we'd let you guys in on it. Purpose of the series, we just break down, you know, real fraud cases, using public information. We're just sharing our opinions. So this is more of an opinion-based conversation and, based on the facts that we're reading in these articles. So I'll let Karina provide you guys with the disclaimer.
Okay, so disclaimer, this is not legal or tax advice. This episode is only for educational information purposes only. All information discussed comes from public court filings, news reports, and press releases. Everyone discussed is presumed innocent until proven guilty in court. While we are tax professionals, we are not your tax professionals yet. If you would like us to be so, book a link in the bio. Back to Nikkei.
All right, you guys. So if you guys are not familiar with me, my name is Nikkei Topa. I am the owner of Topa and Associates, a tax and advisory firm in the Atlanta, Georgia area. We focus on entrepreneurs and professionals using a personalized approach. Services include tax advisory, tax preparation, and bookkeeping. If you are interested in working with us, I encourage you to schedule a consultation by visiting topaandassociates.com.
Okay. And my name is Kerrina, and my business is Cake Financial with a K, where we help your finances be a piece of cake. We hope,
I like that.
right? Like
Ooh.
we hope to help solopreneurs who have business like six figures, solopreneurs who have any problems with the IRS or any tax entities to help them resolve those issues so they can run their business with confidence. So, our services include any tax representation services. So, if they have an IRS issue, a letter from the state, or if you have back taxes that you have not filed for the last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 years, book a link in the bio. And all right, back to Nikki to get into our topic for today.
For today. Okay. You guys, this one has, Karina and I usually discuss this stuff in the background. We got our opinions where we can really say what we want to say without being censored, okay? Because, I might say some stuff, but it's got a lot of tentacles, okay? And this story is taken from the U.S. Small Business Administration. This is a news release 12-26. It was published on December the 5th, 2025. It's titled The SBA Orders All 8A Participants to Provide Financial Records. Okay. Really wanted to discuss this because, in my opinion, it just covered so many topics, basis area, whether it be race, ethnicity, what qualifies you to do what you're doing. So we're going to get into all of that, okay? So I will leave a link. We'll leave a link in the profile or somewhere so that you can read some of this stuff yourself, okay? But basically the background information is over 4,300 firms are now required to transmit financial data as part of an ongoing effort to expose fraud, waste, and abuse. That's what's happening, okay? And this has been going on for quite a while. Like I said, this is from back in 2025, okay? So the opening paragraph reads, Today the U.S. Small Business Administration issued letters to all contractors within the 8A Business Development Program, requiring them to produce financial records as part of a comprehensive effort to protect taxpayers and legitimate small businesses by rooting out fraud, waste, and abuse. All 4,308A participants are mandated to provide financial documents for the last 3 fiscal years, including bank statements, financial statements, general ledgers, payroll registers, contracting and subcontracting agreements, and employment records. That's a lot of financial data, okay? Firms that failed to comply by January 5th, so that was just maybe a couple of weeks ago, may lose their eligibility to participate in the 8A program and could face further investigation or remedial actions. Okay. A statement by the SBA Administrator Kelly Loeffler, okay, is basically saying she wants to root out fraud and waste, and that's what Doge is for. Doge willing, okay, all fraud and waste will be rooted out. Okay. So Loeffler ordered a full-scale audit of the program earlier this year after a DOJ investigation uncovered a $550 million fraud and bribery scheme involving a former federal contracting officer and two 8A contractors. The audit, which was ongoing at the time, I think now they have closed things out. Those involved have pleaded guilty. Um, the audit, which was ongoing at the time, focuses on examining high dollar and limited competition contracts going back over a period of 15 years in collaboration with various federal agencies that award contracts to 8A participants. That's the background information. Um, Again, Kerrina, what do you, to me, I wanted to, this is the topic that I kind of was like, whoa, you know what I mean? This is a big deal because we're talking about the 8A program, and I'll give you guys the program qualifications. To qualify for the 8A program is basically a program where smaller disadvantaged businesses are given it's a less stringent way into getting government contracts. So to qualify for the 8A program, businesses must meet the following eligibility criteria. They must be a small business. They must not have previously participated in the program, be at least 51% owned and controlled by U.S. citizens who are socially and economically disadvantaged. I want to kind of keep that statement in mind, socially and economically disadvantaged, have a personal net worth of 850,000 or less, adjusted gross income of 400,000 or less, and assets totaling 6.5 million or less, demonstrate good character, and demonstrate the potential for success, such as having been in business for 2 years. Okay. Those are the program qualifications. So thoughts,
My thoughts are
thoughts.
it sucks that it sucks. Just I know that's like all encompassing, but it's already hard to get government loans. It's already hard to get loans, period. Government loans, in addition to that, even harder for like
Yeah, and
small
government
businesses.
contracts, exactly.
Yeah, for a small business, like to get some type of capital is a difficult feat. So it just it's just
Yeah.
like one more thing. That's what I'm hearing. One more thing, one more barrier, one more possibility for someone not to be able to get some type of level of funds. I understand it to a certain degree because they're trying to reduce the amount of fraud, especially after that scenario happened. Which I guess maybe we can talk about that. Maybe I'll talk about that briefly. Um, yeah, maybe I'll talk about that briefly of what happened. Nikkei spoke about it a little bit and touched on it was um since 2013 or so, there was a large government contracting company that was giving bribes to an SBA agent. I'm assuming that agent or officer
Hmm.
where he didn't fit the qualifications of a disadvantaged 8A company, but was getting the contracts under funneling it through other channels and then paying them to kind of look turn a blind eye to it. And this was happening since 2013. And then all
Yeah.
parties involved decided they were
So
above the law and
So
pled.
yeah, so basically okay. I'm gonna jump in because I want to make a couple of corrections. So forgive me.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna jump in. No worries. So basically, they were bribing the individual. So at the time, I don't want to say that they weren't. That's the part I wanted to correct. Not that they
Okay.
weren't eligible, but that they were bypassing the other bids that were going in by
Okay.
bribing the person who was granting the contracts, right? So if I'm bribing you,
I'm in.
I got it, I'm in the door,
I'm
right?
in.
So it wasn't necessarily that they were ineligible, it was more so the bribery that was
Mhm.
happening for such a long period of time. 10 years, $550 million
Right.
plus, that's a long time.
A lot of money.
And I'm going to agree with your sentiment. That's all encompassing. It
Okay.
does suck. Just like that. But
Okay.
I'm gonna take it a step further and I'm gonna say, because again, like I said, I feel like this story has a lot of tentacles.
Mhm.
It the issue not they should not have done what they did.
Right.
They
I don't
just
care.
made it harder. Here is where it sucks or what they just made it harder. I mean, they've just made it hard. It's already difficult, like you said.
Yeah.
But you've just made it harder. You've just made it harder for others to get through that barrier.
Yep.
Now there's an increase in stipulations, okay? So not only is this audit happening, right? Think about it. As a small business,
Yep.
money is especially they're saying 2 years in.
Yeah.
Two
It's like,
years in, you still trying to balance the budget. Let's keep
yeah.
it 100. You and I both know, unless you've got substantial backing, you've got
Mhm.
loans, or you were already set for the
Before.
track that you've decided to get on. Some people aren't like that. Most people had a great idea and they just launched. Okay.
Yeah.
They didn't prepare for launch. Okay. There are a few that are prepared to launch, meaning they had the funds ready to go when they were ready to launch. That's not usually how it happens, right? So a lot of small businesses don't have the funds to pay for accounting services.
Yeah.
Okay. They're saying now this audit, did you hear all the documentation I just told you they wanted? Now they want not to say that they shouldn't ask for this document.
Yeah.
Okay. They just may have been less stringent
With
on
it.
how they review the documentation in the past. That's what I'm saying. You've
Mhm.
now caused them to shore up what they're looking at. And I'm not saying that it shouldn't have been shored up in the first place. I'm simply saying the point that I'm trying to make is small businesses already have a lot of them have cash flow issues. You and I both know how expensive accounting is, the amount of work that goes into it. So if they want general ledgers, payroll registers, service agreements, contractor agreements, that means now that as a small business owner, it is imperative if you are looking to contract with the government that you have your ducks in a row, that you
Oh,
have your I's dotted and your
yeah.
T's crossed.
Have to.
Okay? Because if they're looking like, if this is a fine-tooth comb that they're looking through your stuff. Not only that, not only is this change happening or this audit happening, like I said to you, they're changing the definition of a disadvantaged business and how you prove that. Now,
Mm.
let me correct myself. They're not changing the definition. I believe more so, and I don't even know if I can say that. I believe they're changing the way you prove that you're disadvantaged in a
Mhm.
sense, in a way, okay? Because before you could simply say, I am of a minority status. I'm
Mhm.
a Black woman. I'm a Hispanic, whatever. I am of this ethnicity, and therefore that I don't want to say that alone makes me disadvantaged, but that shores up. that status. That's
Yeah.
really what all I have to say. Now, it is required that you provide them with an individual narrative. Okay. All 8A applicants, including existing participants who you used to use the presumption
Mhm.
that I'm socially disadvantaged just because I'm part of a recognized group, must now write a detailed narrative explaining their personal experiences of social disadvantage. So that change is also occurring, right?
Which is interesting. Which is interesting to say the least, because it shifts the dynamic of what was this government funding thing, government contracting for originally, and now it has it shifted because based on your what you said is that before it was considered you were considered disadvantaged almost automatically. Like one of the reasons that you could be disadvantaged was being a Black woman, being a Hispanic, whatever, being in one of these subsets.
Okay.
Now you have to prove even further than that. Is that my understanding? Because I want to make sure that I'm what I'm about to
Okay.
say makes
Well, let's see specifics. The
sense.
narrative must detail discriminatory actions, the conduct, the motivation, biases, who, what, why, how the not biases, not let's see, and the not let's see, excuse me, why? Why,
Mhm.
how are you disadvantaged? It must detail discriminatory actions, the conduct, the motivation, and the business impact, how the business was impacted. The
Gotcha.
SBA reviews these narratives and can approve them or reject them, impacting your eligibility for contracts. So
Be
basically,
writing a college essay. You know how like that's what it sounds
well,
like. I'm saying
what?
college, but because but that's what it's sounding like.
Oh, so a court ruling found the previous rebuttable presumption unconstitutional, basically saying, hey, because I am
Black,
this,
insert whatever here. I cannot automatically just
automatically I'm disadvantaged. I mean, I don't have to prove to you
mm,
that I'm disadvantaged. Now they're kind of saying,
prove it.
prove it. How you
And then
disadvantaged?
so okay, so then there
Which,
here
ooh,
yeah,
go
which
ahead.
this is why the question that I asked is who's making that decision? So there
Ooh, ooh.
you're writing your college essay, right? Like to get your SBA funds
Mhm.
to say X, Y, and Z. I fit all the 8A program qualifications of I'm at least 51% US citizen, so to whatever.
Mhm, mhm.
Personal net worth is $85,000 or less. My AGI is $400,000 or less. I have assets of 6.5 million. I've demonstrated good character, all of these things, whatever, whatever. I've been in business for 2 years. Cool. Now with this narrative essay, who's determining what is considered discriminatory or not? So if I write an essay and say, "Oh, because this person denied me because I was Black or whatever," are the person that's reviewing, who is that? Do they have bias? Are they going to say, "Oh, well, that doesn't sound that discriminatory to me. You don't qualify."
And
I'm
see, and you make the statement, do they have bias, right? We
yeah.
all got bias. We're
Yeah,
all,
exactly. We
you know what I'm
do.
saying? So I hate,
We
and
do.
I don't blame, you know what I'm saying? You're right in saying that because that's what's said. Oh, well, we don't have bias. Yes, you do. You're a
Everybody does.
human being. You got
Yeah, everybody
biases.
does.
I got biases. I don't want to go to
Yeah.
so and so place. I want to go there. I don't eat
Right.
there. Those are not places I eat. I eat here. I am biased.
Right.
Stop saying that you know what I'm saying? So there's no way. If as a human being, I don't even think it's possible for you not to be biased, which I'm going to, at this point, because my brain clicked on it, bring in the Minnesota thing and the Palantir and
Okay.
Palantir now assisting the audit, right? Because you, we're talking about bias. Oh, and I was going to defend Palantir, but you made a statement earlier. So you guys, I'm sorry, I'm going to bring you in because I'm taking me and Karina and I
Yeah.
to a private statement. Karina mentions biases. I'm saying, oh, well, then maybe having AI audit these companies will make it less biased because if the criteria is only what was listed,
Mm-hmm.
which
Mm-hmm.
should be right, be a small business, not previously have participated in the AA program. If this is the criteria, the only
Mm-hmm.
one that I don't know if AI can unbiasedly manage is the not is, be at least the socially and economically disadvantaged part.
Mm-hmm.
It can the facts and the data,
Mm-hmm.
great. But
Okay.
who's are we using AI to determine the socially and economically disadvantaged part, or is that an individual? Because you're also saying that this statement is required.
That's a good question. And my thought process, especially with my understanding of Palantir, mind you, my research with Palantir is not as extensive, so I'm going to use this with a grain of salt. But my understanding of Palantir is that they're using multiple government, they're trying to like kind of merge the government things together. I'm saying things, agencies together. Like, so if you're doing stuff on this side with the government and that side of the government, to merge them together, like it like a data mining company that uses multiple data sets to bring them together to make
Decisions.
a for lack of better words, a profile on
Oh,
this. You
okay.
get what I'm saying?
Okay. Oh,
To
I
say
understand.
like,
I
I'm
understand. I
gathering
understand.
from
Okay.
here, I'm gathering from there, I'm gathering
Mhm.
from there, I'm gathering from here. This is who Kerrina is
I
based on the
understand.
data that I'm gathering. That kind of
Okay.
sense.
I understand.
I don't, there's my personal opinion about privacy and things of that nature. I don't agree with that on a whole. And that is my understanding of what Palantir stands for, is that they're doing all these data mining into one so we can have that. So I don't really like the idea of Palantir. I'm not saying that AI can't be used to help the SBA and the government, whatever, but should it be Palantir? And does it
Oh,
raise more questions than anything else? In addition to the question of bias, right? Because you said, oh yeah, like we as people have bias, so maybe AI might be better. AI is artificial intelligence based on X's and O's, computer language based on data that is already out there, give or take,
oh, good point.
or somebody has coded it for
Oh, good
certain
point.
whatever. So
Good point.
if there's bias in the way that the AI was coded or the data that it's drawing from to make a decision, then it is also biased. And I've read different like
Oh,
things
good point.
about like how some AI companies, even large corporation companies,
Mhm.
where they'll automatically put Black people specifically in a particular, like, they scan and send and automatically where on the
I
lower
understand.
totem pole
I
than
understand.
any other culture, right? So my question with the AA thing, okay, the numbers, because if it's 51%, it's 51%. If it's 85,000 or less, it's
I understand.
85,000.
Right.
But the demonstrating of good character and the social
Ah,
whatever, all of those things, that needs to be a person. And I would argue it needs to be more than one person
I
and
agree.
have a um like a vote, like a
Like a
jury,
board of some
like a
sort.
board,
Yeah.
yes, with different people from different cultures
Hmm.
and different backgrounds to then,
Determine.
right, to put a vote to it
And see that, and that's the
to
other
make it
thing,
less
right?
biased.
And that's the other thing. How did this, was this guy, what was his name? I don't know if his name was Watson. I'm going off the names. I don't, give me one second. Let's see,
Yeah, it's something Watson.
let's see,
Derek Watson. Don't make me wrong.
Roderick
Roderick.
Watson, the
Rod.
USA contracting official. Was he the only one? to make
That's a good
these
question.
are
To make the decisions,
the
that's a
separation
great
of duties is just
question.
slacking in the government. Not even the separation of duties. It's this
Checks and
what
balances.
is being bypassed right now?
What?
The approval process.
Oh yes. What
It's
is
confusing to me.
the yeah? Because like
Is
if
he
he
the
has,
only one that approves?
so if he did take the bribe, okay, cool. Is he the one that has special influence over? I mean, obviously he did for 10 years.
That's what I'm saying,
Obviously he did for
right?
2 years.
Because your suggestion solve those to solve making a decision based on the
Characters.
requirements
Yeah.
here that were more characteristics, right?
Mhm.
Human, not data, not like
Yeah. Not data.
51%. You've been in business 2 years, things that could be measured and everyone would come up with the same answer. Yes, your business
Right.
started on 12/3/2024. Bomb, that's
Mm-hmm.
it.
That's
No,
it.
we're saying good character, et
The
cetera, et
nuance
cetera. Let's have a
stuff.
board. So
Right.
was that not the case? Apparently, clearly, that wasn't the case in the
Before.
past. Was
Yeah.
he the only one? You see what I'm saying? I don't know
I
what the
do.
answer
That's
to
a
that
good
question
question.
is, but this is what it's looking like. So it seems like it would also
It does
solve
seem
that problem.
it would. Or to a level, yeah. Because if there's a board to them, you know what I'm saying, after they read the letter that you have to prove that you're disadvantaged or whatever, if one person says, yeah, well, this person doesn't really seem disadvantaged to me, but five other people say, you know what, actually, this is pretty a disadvantage. You know what I'm saying? They could check as opposed to just having one person do everything. But we also got to also consider, in addition to all of this, SBA, the government fund, not fund, well, funds have been reduced and their staff has been reduced as well.
Right?
Their
And that
staff,
is because I would argue that's because the shift is occurring to where the decision making process is no longer going to be a human one. It's going to be here's all the data, back
yeah,
to what you said. Here's all the data, process that, who should get this contract?
right. And does that always make sense? Because I'm thinking also about like there's some things in human resources with ATS and resume, right? That the like because a lot of the companies are using the automatic AI to do resume,
Right.
whatever, they're
Yep.
taking out people who could be really good for the job because the human aspect is not there anymore. Or I had to apply to jobs where I'm talking to nothing. Like literally I'm not talking to a
That's
person
true.
me.
Exactly.
Like I'm talking to nothing. And like how do
Exactly.
you get so the if the AI doesn't vibe with me or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't even go in front of the person that it needs to
It
go
just
through.
it automatically goes into
It just
limbo, or you've already been rejected
it's
based
already been
on
rejected.
AI and
Yeah.
not a human interaction,
Right.
right? And so and based on what you just said, AI is pulling data from what is already there.
Right.
And if the junk in, junk out, we
Right.
say that a lot in accounting, junk in, junk
Yeah.
out, right? So if it's the same thing.
It's the exact same thing. Which is why, people are like, oh yeah, I'm always just like to a certain level, yes, you can use AI to help you, but at no point in time should that always be your decision maker, right? So especially like, you go on Google or
Mhm.
whatever, right? Like people, that's a whole other conversation within itself. People don't know how to research anymore, but neither here nor there, right? Most people don't move past that little AI summary. But
Ooh.
if the articles that AI is pulling from is incorrect, the summary,
Then the data is incorrect.
the data is incorrect.
Dunking, right? Yeah,
You got to
that's
look at
true.
where these things are
Where's the
coming from.
data
Who
coming
is
from?
speaking? Who is speaking? Why are they speaking? Who is funding them? to
Oh, that
like
part.
there's a whole other conversation within itself. But I'm just saying, like, so who is going to have that conversation with? Yes, we're using SBA is using AI, to help them with whatever, but what does that look like?
All of this just creates another barrier. And I
Yeah.
want to let you guys know that Karina and I were having a discussion before we started recording
Mhm.
about, and so now Karina, after this conversation we've just had, or within this conversation, we were having a conversation about uh
One.
golly, not, DEI,
Oh, okay. Oh, affirmative action.
affirmative action, excuse me.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So we were having a conversation about affirmative action.
Yeah.
And I was leaning in a different direction. I had a different opinion. I would have some pushback, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Um,
Yeah. And
I did. I had a little
yeah, you
pushback. I
did.
can be honest. I had a little
Yeah.
pushback. But I'm gonna because I there are certain aspects and ways that see it.
Mhm.
But I can go to both sides. Now, having this conversation with the conversation of affirmative action and that now being under attack,
Oh, it's
this
gone. It's
almost, in
gone.
a sense, supports the need.
Oh boy.
Initially I was like, well, because if the data is already biased,
Mhm.
we're again putting another steel door in the path. There are
Mhm.
already 10 steel doors in the pathway. All of this, what's happening, puts another 10 steel doors in the pathway for them to
Yeah.
try to get through, right?
Right.
Now, I am not saying that we're not, and so now I'm leaning in your direction. Not saying, I still say we're resilient enough to get through those doors. But
Yeah.
why do we have to be? I get you. I go, why we gotta do all that? Why
Yeah.
I always gotta fight harder than I get all of that. And so even with, and so let me, instead of going around Joe's barn, say if AI is also biased, that also, you know what I mean? If the
Yeah.
data it's pulling from was already biased, AI is going to be biased. I'm following your thought
Yeah.
the
That's my thought process.
what I've learned in this conversation and say that then so is AI already biased. And so now you want me to prove to you that the biases that were already, you
Yeah.
know, that I was already being discriminated against,
Mhm.
you use those same discrimination practices and that information to feed into a machine that is just going to regurgitate that same information,
Mhm.
then I do need some assistance getting through these doors. I do need you know what I mean? I need some,
Yeah.
I need some keys. Now, it's unfortunate that things like this happen, but it also leans back to what you always say, people are people and they're going to people. That's going to
Yeah.
happen anywhere. So
Mhm.
it's not just because it's a program that was set up for it. And that's the
No.
narrative that's
Every
trying to be
single
spread.
program. Every single program in every single capacity,
Mm,
period,
yeah.
has an opportunity for fraud, which is why we have so much material every week. Like, it has an opportunity for fraud. Like, it's just what it is. They just create more policies to lessen the
Impact.
fraud. Yeah, yeah, lessen the impact, lessen the fraud, all these things,
Yeah.
right? But for people who are hell bent on getting around, they're gonna just get you just gave them another hurdle. You know what I'm saying? It's like track. You just gave them
They're
another
like, oh, a new challenge. Ah, let me
right.
see. Let me stretch my legs.
But and then for the other people who maybe, maybe the people who are on
Right?
the fence, there's some people that, oh, never know. And then there's
Yeah.
some people in the middle, like, you know what, if I can get away with it, you're kind of getting those out, the people that, oh,
Right.
if I get away with it, those aren't. But for the ones that are gonna do it,
Oh, they're gonna do it regardless.
they're
It
gonna
don't
do it
matter what
regardless.
hurdle you put in their way. They're like,
Yes,
oh, but that just mean I need to work out another 3 weeks. That's all right. I can do that.
that's it. They're
Jump this
going to do
hurdle.
it. It's like, oh, okay, you got me one way. Remember I'm thinking about that CPA.
That's
Like
true.
the
He worked it out, boy.
he
He was like, oh,
was
you
like,
think you stopping?
yeah, you stopping me in one state, I'm just gonna go to another state and fraud.
He was like, I am determined to commit fraud in all 50
Yeah,
states
I'm
before
just
they
gonna go to
take me
another state to
down.
commit fraud. Like, because that's in him. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Good
Like
point.
that's in him.
Yeah.
So every single government, and not just government, it's just policy, period. Like,
Yeah.
we got to think about like every single law and rule that is in place. Somebody somewhere did that thing.
They tried it. They were like, oh God, we got to safeguard again.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like you sent me something that said, remember the guy, it was a meme or of some sort, one of those videos where the guy was like, my client just tried to bypass another one of my, I had
Yes.
to change my
You
policies,
have to change your
because
policy.
you got to
I do
keep
that all
updating the
the time.
policies. Like, what? I ain't
I
never
was like, oh,
seen
this
that
is not gonna
before. Let
happen
me
again.
update these
This is not gonna
policies in
happen
case
again.
that happens again, because I've
Yeah,
never seen that before. That's a new one,
right. Something
you
came
know?
up, and now it's like,
Now
oh,
the
let me
policy
do
has
this
to.
new thing to circumvent that process, because before, when I was thinking, that never even came up to me.
Mhm.
I wouldn't even think about doing that. But
Yeah,
my
but
client did. And I'm like, oh, my other clients will not
the
be doing
next, I
that.
will never be tried that way again,
Oh,
Lord.
but
Yeah,
when
I
Bush
get it.
said, fool me once, can't fool me.
Right? I will never
Okay.
get got like that again. I get
So
it.
you know what I'm saying? So I don't wrong SBA for changing their policies to a certain level, right? But
Mhm.
then it just like it makes it harder for
For those
the people who really need it
and
and really deserve it.
those who move with a level, and that's the sad part
It
about it.
is.
This is the sad. So now we're touching on what I am going to just, describe as this is the sad part about it. There are
Mhm.
those that move in integrity. There are
Yeah.
those that move with character and discipline. And they are looking at what are the requirements. Let me fill these requirements. And you can say all day, well, if you fulfill those requirements, you shouldn't have a problem. But that's not the case.
Right.
That doesn't end up being the case. You can say that all day long, but clearly those that move with integrity are not getting through the door and I don't want to say they're not,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's tough,
It is
right?
tough.
If they're not willing to bend their morals a little bit sometimes, to get through the door. Well, now you're saying to them, and some of them, my thing is just this.
Mhm.
Accounting services are expensive. I don't care
Mhm.
what you say. You want good service, you get what you pay for across the board and in anything. You want good lipstick, it's going to cost you about 30, 40, $50, okay? We're not going to buy the $5, $3 lipstick.
Right.
So some of them could have gotten through the door with the $3 lipstick.
Mhm.
Now they got to pay for Fenty or whatever. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Now they gotta
Yeah.
buy the Chanel red.
They do.
Let's
They do.
just keep it 100 because you're now competing. So you could be competing with those. Look at who you're
Yeah.
competing with. Some people have the money to do that. So
Right.
again, now you're putting people. The whole point of this was the fact that they were disadvantaged in the first place.
Right. Right.
They're disadvantaged.
They need a leg up.
So now it's like,
Yeah.
so
Shoot.
who's going to
Yeah.
get this? So in
Exactly.
order to get through the door, then do you need to find somebody who's not disadvantaged, which kind of is what happened in this case?
The other situation. That's a good question, and it's a good thought. But then it's like, it's it's very interesting to me because I've come across clients where if they just had the right team and the right people around them, they would be able to apply for things like this. But because they don't even have the people in their corner, or they can't afford it, or they're too afraid, or you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's just like, oh, it's too many documents. I don't even want to,
Okay,
like when
I
you get
got you. Uh-huh.
a rebate
Mm.
and nobody does the rebates because you're gonna get $250 back, but you gotta put your address in and you do this, you gotta click the link and then turn it what out, and then you gotta make sure by 30 days, like it's like
Yeah,
that, right?
right.
And
Yeah.
some people is just like, man, I can't even bother with trying to wrap my head around all of that. I'm not even gonna do it.
I pick my battles.
And then there's the other people one thing about people who want to get away, they gonna know they know a lot better than me. They know a lot better than some of the lawyers. Like they know
What they
what they can get away with
if I steal this money and I only steal up to about
up to 12. They would never
$1,539.50. You can't you can't give me 20
all right.
years. They can give me 5, but they can't give me 20. I can do 5. So
I
I'm
could
gonna
do right. They'll negotiate with the it's funny, but it's true. Like
right?
like that legitimate like thought processes. So
Right.
like why'd I bring that up? But
Sorry. That's where my
yeah,
brain went.
yeah, I'm like, why'd I bring that up? But like the point of the matter is that it makes it harder for those who really need it. People who are really actually socially and economically disadvantaged.
So I guess
Oh,
the point that you were also trying to make is that if you have it in you to circumvent the system,
they're
you
gonna do
know
it.
what to do. You know the system. And so you
Mhm.
know where the holes are and you know to circumvent it. Whereas those who are moving with what form do I have to fill out? When does it have to be filled out? What does it, they're trying to follow all the rules and the guidelines. You've made it you've made it more difficult for them to get through the door.
Right, right. That's it. That's it. They don't have a team. They don't have a policy to even know. Quite frankly, I didn't even know what this was.
Oh, okay, 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 cool. Yeah,
Before this
fair.
research, I didn't even know this existed, or maybe because they switched it. Oh no, I didn't. Oh no, I'm lying. I'm lying. This is like a woman certification thing, and then if
Yes.
you have like a oh yeah, okay, so it's changed.
Cannot.
It's changed faces a little bit, but like the
Basically, yeah, yeah, yeah. So I see, yeah, I got you.
yeah,
I
so
got
you get
you.
what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
oh, I was like, oh yeah, I heard about you get the DCE, whatever, CBE, whatever in your county and local for being a woman, for being black, for being this, for
So
being that.
this is something exactly.
So it's
Exactly.
just changed face.
Yes. Well, no,
So
no, no.
okay.
This one it didn't. No, it well and this is on a federal level.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So
That's
right, exactly. This is on a federal level. And
so
it's sad
yeah.
on one end. It just gosh, it's sad on one end, but I can understand why they have to do it. It's just,
Yeah, but they need to make sure that it's better. Like and like I said, I think getting the board in, having more than maybe not six, maybe three people, so majority can have a good vote. And those three people, like I said, need to be of different backgrounds, ethnicities, and cultures.
I doubt
I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? To be
in an ideal
truly,
situation, yeah.
yeah, to be truly like, you know what I'm saying? It can't all be just one shade, one color, one culture. It needs to be different so that they can be able to read whatever document besides just
Are required.
a
Yeah.
required, yeah, that the essay that people now have to put in to prove that they're disadvantaged and all of that.
Right.
So all of that needs to be done. And it does suck for people, but I feel for those small businesses that are truly economically disadvantaged and are unable to pay for accounting services, whatever services, you need to tap into your local resources.
Hmm. Okay. Come on with
Okay.
the solution.
Urban League.
Solution.
Urban League of wherever you're from, Urban League of South Florida, Urban League of Georgia, Urban League of New York. There's an Urban League, and I think every let me just say in the nation, um, every city and county as well that you live in, they have a small business and economic development center,
Mhm.
something along those lines, small business economic, blah blah blah. Search that in your city, in your county.
I think
You are
that's a great
already
idea.
paying for these in your taxes through your
Yes.
like state and whatever taxes. So they are free to you.
I think that's
Score,
an awesome idea.
SCORE.
Score is good.
Get
There you
a
go.
mentor to help you through, because that's what they do. And they do other programs and things, and they show you how to become qualified for the business and the this and the that and whatever else. And they can help you with some platforms and
Resources and yeah. I
resources
think
to
that's a
help you
great
with
idea,
accounting and
Karina.
things of that nature. So
Yeah.
if you cannot afford these services and you are genuinely like use your resources, somebody somewhere can help you.
Here's another thought or idea. Okay. You want to get some of these larger contracts? Okay. Nikkei, listen. I found this contract. I like it. I think I can do it. I think I can, but I'm just going to tell you my books are a hot mess. Okay. And they're asking me to have so and so and so. So here's what I'm going to say to you. You help me rectify my books. I
Mm-hmm.
submit for this contract. If I get the contract, you're my accountant for the time frame of this contract. You lock me in. You charge for the fees and services of the work previously done, and you do the work moving forward.
Hey, might
Con
as well.
All right,
Okay.
set up an agreement. But right, that's the
Something.
investment I decide to, oh, this is a good one. You're
It is.
putting in the contract work. So then I'm assisting you. We're both submitting for this contract now. Now I've
Mhm.
got skin in the game, so do
Yeah.
you. That is a resource. And that and Karina, I'm going to go back to what the point that I was trying to make when we were talking about um see, I don't even I forgive me,
Ooh,
you
which
guys.
one?
My background's a little different. DEI.
Affirmative
Oh
action.
God, people are gonna
affirmative,
kill me when they're
affirmative
like,
action.
this girl can't
Affirmative
even
action. Affirmative action.
this girl can't even say affirmative action. It is not because I don't, you see what I'm saying? Right.
Yeah.
But it's not because I don't understand it.
Mm-hmm.
It is because I was taught differently. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not saying the way that I was taught was correct. I'm simply saying it was different, right? So that my perspective of affirmative action is this. I don't need your affirmative action. I'm going to figure this out. Keep
Mm-hmm.
your affirmative action. I'm gonna make a way. Because think about it. When it was unavailable,
Mm-hmm.
we flourished and
Yeah.
flourished very doggone well. So keep your crutch. You're not gonna have me continuously begging for your crutch. I'm not begging you for anything because I
Mm-hmm.
have resources. The
Mm-hmm.
people I lean on and work with and are with are strong. They're
Yeah.
intelligent. I don't need you. I need them. I trust in them. I can't trust in you because you feel like you're giving me something. And when you get ready, you will snatch it out from under me, and I will not give you the ability to do that. So,
Mm.
my thing is, I'm not giving you you won't even have an inkling of power to be able to pull that away from me.
I get that.
This is what I will stand on. I will create my own foundation. I don't need you
Mm.
don't get to say, you gave me your crumbs. I bake my own bread around here. That is the way that, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
how
not that
you
I
viewed
don't
it.
understand it. It's just that I was taught something different. That's
I
all I'm saying,
understand. I
you know?
understand.
And so to me, we are people. Stop letting people tell you you don't have integrity. Ooh, black business is this. No, not the ones I work with. The black
Right.
businesses I work with have integrity, have character. They're strong.
Right.
They love what they do. They provide great services, provide great products. They love their products. They put their heart and soul into it. So you don't get to tell me that black businesses aren't what they are. You get
Mm.
that's where I
Yeah, I get what you're saying 100% and wholeheartedly. I understand.
Crazy,
And
man. I'm
my
like,
decision,
I'm gonna
yes,
give me
my,
mine.
and I don't wrong you for thinking that
Yeah,
way. I
yeah,
just view affirmative action. I mean, it's gone now, but I viewed
yeah.
affirmative action in a different light, right? Because what I was saying to you offline, it's never, I have yet, I have yet to find any program that is just, I'm going to use Black woman because that's what I am, that is
Gotcha.
just for a Black woman. It's never just.
I respect that.
It's never just. It's always like we're acting as if we're not qualified, right? Like they're asking like this
I understand.
program and this thing is there and was instilled because they see Shaniqua on the resume and they look over despite having Shaniqua being more than qualified for the job. But to give her
Okay.
a chance, because we're dealing with bias here, to give her a chance, we're using these quotas, these affirmative actions, and things of that nature. You cannot get into like, we're always taught you have to be um 2 times better in every aspect, period. And even
Well,
still, we're still
maybe.
getting lower. We are still the lowest on the totem pole as far as like, what is it, 59 cents to the white male dollar for doing the exact same job, right? Like, so affirmative action to me was okay, people are just giving someone not even an even playing field, but at least a little step up to say that this person that already meets the merit qualities is able to get in. That is all it was to me. That's it. And I
I
have no issue with it. There's a whole different discourse of qualification of like, do I even want to go to that school that even doesn't even want me? That's another conversation within itself. But if I want to go to X, Y, and Z institution and
let's say
everything,
they're the only ones who offer what it is that you're looking for specifically. If
right? Oh yeah,
it's a
even that, yeah. And they
that I
have
could
a
see that.
science
I could see that.
program of blah blah blah, the
I could see
best
that.
science program, and
Exactly.
I am a qualified client candidate. I've done as the government programs. I've been president of whatever for however long and all these things. Why can't I? I should be
Mhm.
able to go to that school
I
based on
could
those
see that.
requirements because I am above and beyond.
I could see that.
Period.
Definitely.
And if they're shutting me out only because my name is not X, Y, and Z, that's a problem. Or my skin color doesn't necessarily blend in, that's a problem.
I could see that.
That's a problem. That's my,
I could see that.
situation. So I understand, oh, no, like, but it's, I'm already doing, like I said, I've never seen any program ever that was just for being a Black woman.
I could see that.
That is one of the qualifications. The other qualifications still have to be made. Your revenues still have to be above a certain amount. You still have to be interviewed a few times before you get into the program. You still have to put in the work with the next 12 weeks in
Yeah.
an accelerator
Yeah.
program.
Yeah. I could see that. I
You know what
understand.
I'm saying?
I do.
There's we're just giving it. No.
It's not, yes, exactly. No, I do understand. Yeah, it's not like, oh, here you are with your little
Yeah.
your little self. Here,
And
go
if
get
it
this right
was,
here.
and if it was a situation, and if it was a
I hand
situation,
it over, I'll take it.
thank you. That's me. That's me.
I
To
get
a
it. I
certain
get it. I
like
get it.
as long as it's nothing like a weird where they're expecting something else in like later on for it. It's like,
Yeah, I
oh,
get it. I get it. I get
thank
it.
you.
I get it. No, I get it. I get it.
Like, I told you
I
there's a
get it.
social media discourse. Like, you should be able to use every single unfair advantage
That you have.
that you have.
I,
As long as it's
get
done
it.
ethically and morally, thank you.
I
If
get it.
somebody says, oh, Kerrina, blah, 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 and speaking my names in rooms that I have never entered, that's favor.
I
Like,
get it.
but in my eyes,
I
if
get
I
it.
can do the work and whatever else, then it's fine. And honestly, even the other people are able to get positions and things even when they can't do the work. So why can't I?
Well, I think that put a nail in my I mean, honey,
Why can't I?
listen, that was if we were in court together, I'd have to be like, well, get hand it to her. Hand it to her. She won. I can't even. That right there was it. She put the
Oh my
nail in the
God.
coffin. Even though my belief is still, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I agree with that. Ultimately,
Yeah.
I think that was it. I think that solidified it. That bang the gavel, somebody. You know what I mean? That's it. Why shouldn't I get it. And I'm definitely with that. But I guess my personality is that of a fighter, and you're just not going, oh, it's the minute you make me feel like I'm trying to beg you for something, bet.
Yeah, and I
That's
get that. And
that's
I'm
my
not,
move.
you know, I'm
Oh,
not
you think
begging
I'm gonna
either.
bet? Okay, hold
Yeah,
on.
I'm
Let
not
me
trying to beg either. Let me be clear.
no,
I
no,
don't
hold
view those
on.
programs
We're not
as
doing
that.
this.
I don't beg either, right? But I don't view those programs as that.
As that. And I think
Coming
okay, I get that.
from like Nikkei and I, we met through Goldman Sachs
Hmm.
1 Million Black Women program, of which it's geared towards Black women.
Hmm.
And they have a whole study as to why, so we're not gonna get into, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
and then there that's
you
another
get
good
what I'm
point.
saying?
I
This
do.
is not, I don't see it as a crutch.
As a crutch. You don't
It's
see
not a
it like,
crutch.
oof. Yeah. And which is interesting because then that, when that makes me then
Yeah, it's not a crutch.
I have to
Why?
analyze my own psyche as to why that would be my, you know what I mean? Is it
Yeah.
background? Is it social, how I was
Yeah.
raised? So there are a
Yeah,
lot
yeah,
of,
yeah. I get what
you
you're
know what I
saying.
mean? So there are a
And I'm
lot
not
of
saying
reasons
what you're
that I
saying is wrong. I don't view it as a crutch.
I understand. I understand. I understand. And I don't, yeah, I understand.
Mm.
I understand. You don't view it as a crutch.
I don't view it as a crutch. It's not a
Right.
crutch.
I get that. And I guess a lot of my aggression towards it, and I'm going to call it aggression, is
Mhm.
those individuals, is that mindset of, well, I can't make it because somebody's trying to hold me back. They trying,
Oh yeah, that's a
is
whole
that is
different,
that
the
that
victim
mentality that
mentality
that
of
yeah that
it's a
that
different
drives me up a
thing.
good wall, but
Yeah, that's a whole different thing. But
okay.
that program, I'm gonna use that program because we both came out of it, right? Like, and
Hmm.
graduated, okay? But like that
That's
program
right.
wasn't, oh, this is a victim, and like there's nothing about that program that's done. This is giving us a
Ah,
leg up that we would
understood.
not.
Yeah. Oh, whoo, girl,
We're
preach.
getting we're getting taught
Preach.
by people, by
Preach. NYU
professors
Stern.
from NYU.
Yeah.
Understand,
Preach.
like, where other
Preach.
I'm in South Florida. You know what I'm saying? You're in Georgia. Not to say we can't move and go to New York or anything like that, or apply and all the things, but
That was gold. I'm not even gonna
you see
act
what
like,
I'm
I mean, that
saying?
was
Like,
gold.
we're
Yeah.
able to be around other women who are
Yeah.
doing the same thing, that, and
Yeah.
we're navigating business. I don't have a person that's been in business before.
Okay.
You know what the hell I'm doing every day?
You so
You
funny.
like, seriously, right? If
I
somebody can
get
help
it. So there
me,
was
like,
no, you didn't see, you've not, and there are a lot of people that are like that. They don't,
they,
they don't
I
have footsteps to follow
right. There's
too
no
often.
footsteps for me to
Nah,
follow. You know
understand.
what I'm saying? Not
Yeah,
not in business.
I got it.
In other aspects, yes, but not in
Mhm,
business. This
mhm.
is new territory for me.
Got it.
So if there's things that I'm fumbling and bumbling, this is why I know I invest in myself.
Mm.
And the Goldman Sachs, while I didn't have to pay a dime, thank you, right? It is still an investment. I
Ooh,
had to invest time
yeah.
in applying and thinking that I could do it,
Attention.
attention, and continuous things that I am doing every time. I invest in mentorship.
That's yeah, most
I
definitely.
invest in, like people like, oh, like, oh, like anything that I have done or I'm asking my clients to do and invest in my, I have done it tenfold. I'm
Yeah.
telling you,
Preach, preacher. Preach,
I've done the work.
preacher. Yeah,
I have put in the process to make sure that my business is where I want my business to be
that's
so
a
that I
good
can
point.
show up for my clients the way that they need me to show up.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Man, I
So
mean,
nothing about this is a crutch to me.
good point. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it may be that, maybe and I will say then that my description is unfair. Do you know what I mean? My description is unfair and needs to be re-evaluated or evaluated,
Point of
the way that
point of
I
formatting.
kind of see it to an extent. I do think it has a lot to do with the way I was raised and perspective or whatever, and that's not an excuse.
Yeah.
And nor um shouldn't my experiences. aren't the
Yeah.
same, weren't the same. Do you get what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And so I didn't experience a lot of things, but that doesn't give me a right to minimize someone else's experience.
Yeah. I get what you're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah, doesn't give me a right to minimize anybody else's experience. So I can definitely say that. So
Yeah.
it's
Point of
just
view is powerful.
say
Point
that
of view
again.
is so point of view is powerful.
Yeah.
Like what another person has seen and experienced a different walk than another, someone else. So which is why I was telling with the SBA thing that they need to have some level of, because we automatically have a bias and we just automatically think, you know what I'm saying? Oh, if somebody comes from XYZ program, like there's some people who are just, oh, she ain't no good.
Mm,
Like,
interesting. Right. And discount all the work because there was some serious work. Girl, we was not sleeping. Okay. I was like, girl, did you sleep? I ain't sleep. I'm still
yeah,
still trying to work on this
yeah.
so
And
and
they just
so.
think,
And then they want something else tomorrow, it's
oh, it's completely unfair or whatever. No, like what? Like
we're working. Yeah,
if
we're
I
putting
had
in
a
work.
daddy or mom or whomever that had a business before me and I was a nepo baby, guess what? I would be using my nepo. I don't
Right.
have that, so I have
Like I
to use.
ain't gotta do
Uh,
that. And who's the right? And it's yeah,
there's nothing
I'm
wrong with it.
there's nothing wrong with it. I guess that's the point. So we're gonna go ahead and because
Yeah,
Karina and I
yeah,
can
yeah, yeah.
drag
Let's
this
close
on for some
out.
hours. So let's go ahead and tap on out. But I think some awesome points were made here. Um, my final thoughts are this it hurts
Hmm.
because there is the requirements have added additional barriers. But what I want to say is, again, I always try to come from a standpoint of optimism and the ability to overcome. And yes, these barriers are here, but you can overcome them. There are ways to overcome them. And Karina's suggestion of score and my suggestion of networking and working with an individual to assist you in acquiring a contract, there are, just think on it, pray
Yeah,
on it. You know what I mean? I don't know, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. Critical
And
thinking.
it's important, and I will say this now because this is also important. Listen, you're being told that there's a very high, you should do this anyway, but to get to start playing in the big leagues, because this is a big leagues, let's just keep it honest. We talk about $10 million contracts, so and so contracts to
Right.
serve Air Force bases and this, that, and the other. We're talking about huge contracts. This is the big leagues. You got to have your books in order. You got to have your accounting in order. You got to have this stuff in order. Start the habits you create now will be the ones that grow with you as you get to the big leagues. Or if
Right.
that is your vision, you have a vision of the big leagues, start now.
Yep.
Start now. So that's my takeaway from it.
Yep. I guess my like 2 cents would be one is with this situation, try if you can and you meet the qualifications, try to do whatever you can to do it. And let's say, you know what I'm saying, even after you meet the qualifications and you don't get an SBA contract, try again. You
That's
might not get that
it.
one. Try another one.
That's
Maybe
it.
you need to partner with another subcontract and you guys go in together and then you do it.
Yeah.
Or maybe you need to find another method of securing funding because a lot of that is work funding, whatever, right? Maybe you need to get a CDFI
Mhm.
instead of SBA. Maybe like there, like you know what I'm saying? You keep trying and you see why they denied you and you make it a learning experience. And for the next time, you have an advantage.
And that's it. But isn't that
Yeah,
what it feels like? That's what business is.
it is.
Consistently
Continue to
falling, bumping
try,
your head,
pivot,
doing.
whatever. Like always think, why not you?
And then that part, and that part, and that part.
Even if it might not be yet,
That
If
part.
it's not today,
That
why
part.
not you tomorrow?
That part. For sure. That part. Yep. Yep. Well, you guys, we will talk. We have talked. We will talk your head off, okay, about this. But anyway, you see how we get down here. So we can imagine what we're seeing behind closed doors, child. But I want to thank you guys for hanging out with us. If you have any questions, comments, you have anything you want to, add to the conversation, please feel free to leave that information in the comments. Um, if you would like to work with either of us, please feel free to follow me at Togba and Associates on Instagram. I'm also on Facebook. If you'd like to schedule a consultation, visit the website. Again, we are here every other Friday doing Financial Fraud Friday. If you have experienced, um, went out for a government contract and want to share your experience, I'd love to hear it, how that went for you. So, Kerrina, anything you want to add?
No, just have a you guys have a in the next 2 weeks. And
Okay.
that is it. Listen to everything that we said. And you know what? Stay like keep your head on the swivel at
Mm.
all times. Make sure that you're understanding what's going on in this world. I guess I do have the 2 cents. Understand what's going on in the world,
So
like
funny.
understand what's going on in your city,
Yeah.
locally and federally. So and move accordingly with your business.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's a constant pivot.
Yeah. Oof,
Okay.
girl. It's
That's
an
it.
exhausting pivot, but okay. All
All
right, you guys. Thank you
right.
so much for hanging out with us. We are out of here and we will see you next Friday. All right. Bye.